Hey, business communication students, Professor Norman here coming at you with a check-in for week 8. Hope everybody's doing okay amongst all of your midterms and projects and everything that's going on. I'm sure it's quite a lot. And of course, there's a little bit in our class as well as we're kind of wrapping up our first half of the semester. I've tried to simplify it and keep it as kind of straightforward as possible by, we're just kind of wrapping things up that we started, weeks or even at the beginning of the semester in the case of the blog project. So that sometimes makes it easier, sometimes not. You just got to get some stuff done either way. So I just wanted to kind of hit you with a couple of reminders. Of course, our two major things that we have to do for this week in English 205 are the job application project. That's the kind of the big one in terms of work to be done, the stuff that we've been working on, especially over these last couple of weeks, the peer reviews and all that kind of stuff. Kind of need to be wrapping up the peer review part, obviously, although all the stuff is still available. You can go in there and put some final comments or see some final comments that people left for you. But we need to be finishing up. So you're going to submit your job application project, and that's going to be your job letter, the resume, and then some way of getting me the job advertisement information, meaning that you can either send me the link, and hopefully that link won't disappear, or you can print the screen that has the information for the job ad, or you can even just copy and paste that information into a separate Word document and submit that along with your materials as well. It's helpful to be able to see, what the job is asking for, because then I can see just how well the materials are tailored to that job advertisement. So those things need to be submitted. Then we have the job application rationale talk, and then we have the blog project. Those are, the three major things that we have to do. As far as an important thing that I've mentioned, but I don't know if I've mentioned, as kind of clearly as possible, is our schedule. Our schedule is just a little bit different as we're wrapping up week 8. I have to have a lot of grading done by Tuesday morning's Vincent's University midterm grading deadline. And, we don't have a midterm break this year because we kind of technically already had it. So you may have noticed, if not, I'm letting you know right now, our deadline for this week is actually Saturday night instead of Sunday night. Again, because there's no new assignments this week, my hope was that that would not be too terribly onerous or too much of a surprise. Many people have already submitted some or all of those assignments, but I just wanted to kind of put that out here in this video as well, if you hadn't seen it through the announcement or posted on the unit page or whatever. Saturday night, and that's going to be a pretty tight deadline. I know that oftentimes I'm able to offer a grace period. However, for this one in particular, I'm not going to be able to do it the same way. I can't just leave it open and let people be turning stuff in all the way up until Monday night, because then I won't have time to grade it ahead of Tuesday morning's deadline. It's 8 a.m. So I want to have all the grading done by that point. So what's going to happen is Saturday night, I'm going to leave it open until midnight, as always, maybe even a couple of hours after midnight in case there are any kind of last minute submissions or whatever. But then I'm going to shut the site down. You won't be able to access anything on Sunday or Monday. So that means we will not meet for class at the beginning part of the week for the Monday classes, and then also for the Tuesday classes, just to kind of stay consistent there. And stuff will be available probably Monday evening or Tuesday morning, but we'll have kind of a simplified week, kind of a shorter week, and not quite as much structure as we usually have as we kind of ease into the second half of the semester. But we'll worry about that next week. All you need to know right now is that Saturday night, let's try and get all that stuff turned in by Saturday night, because again, I'm going to shut it all down and then tabulate all the midterm grades based off of what's turned in Saturday night. So keep that in mind. For the rationale talk, I've gotten a lot of really good questions about that, and I wanted to make a sample rationale talk for you guys to be able to kind of see a little bit more what I'm talking about. This one's a little bit different than the one that we've done in the past. And it actually turns out that I had this same exact idea last spring semester when I was teaching this class, and we shifted to virtual learning kind of abruptly. So I have the rationale talk overview video posted from spring 2020. And I was looking through it earlier today, and I'm like, okay, this is still all true. It makes reference to, crazy circumstances, which, we're still in pretty crazy circumstances right now, so even that's still true. That video link is posted in the Blackboard site in the Week 8 folder down at the task 8.4 information. It says, if helpful, here's a video with an overview and sample rationale talk by yours truly. That's me. So I hope that that's helpful. As far as, you know, the technological aspects that go along with that, I used Screencast-O-Matic because that was a program that I've used a lot up till last year. And now I'm using other programs, and you might have some programs that you know how to use. Some people know how to embed the recordings into a PowerPoint slideshow, and that's a fine way to do it too. The main thing that you have to have is you have to have the reflection, questions, that kind of content stuff, and then there has to be a visual element, either a PowerPoint or, you know, showing your documents on the screen, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But it has to include that, so it's not just you talking to the camera this time in a kind of extemporaneous, you know, off the cuff kind of way. It's a little bit more prepared, and the assignment is worth more too. It's worth 30 points. Check out that video. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're just not going to be able to do it, remember there's also a scripting option where you can make a script of what you would have said if you were doing the video presentation type thing. And basically what I do is I pull up your PowerPoint, I pull up the script, and I just kind of read it as if, you know, you were saying it at a pretty normal speed, and I do your presentation for you is basically how it works. It requires a lot more writing though, because you have to script out every word that you would say. So I think that's really about all that I have to share with you guys. I'm excited to be wrapping up this first half of the semester. It's been just another kind of crazy semester. Of course, all the semesters are, especially these virtual ones. But I'm excited about our second half of the semester when we kind of come back next week after all the crazy midterm grading is all done, and we'll shift into a different type of class. What does that mean? Well, it means that, you know, we're going to be wrapping up a lot of the kind of building block pieces, how to write this type of message, how to write this one, and we're really going to do something different for the second half, and it's going to be much more collaborative. It's going to be team-based. We're going to be working on a long-term project, and that'll actually take us through the rest of the semester as we work on that project. So very different structure even than what we've done to this point. I'm excited about it. I'm always interested in what people come up with as we move into this part, but it will be a little bit different. But as always, I'll be walking with you every step of the way. And as always, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me with any concerns or questions. mnorman@binu.edu, and come by during the office hours. And you know, just keep at it, guys. Keep at it, and let's stay safe, stay healthy, and stay as positive as possible. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Take care and good luck.